Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to share a story that we are familiar with when it comes to Black women and the femicide rates. This woman is a mother of four and she recently lost her life. She lost her life. Her boyfriend was basically stalking her. He was stalking her in 7 days after she alerted the police and did everything that she was supposed to do. It still wasn't enough. He broke into her home and he gunned her down, as well as a guest that was in her house. Take a look at this man. Take a look at this man. That man looks rough. He looks rough. He's 45 years old and he was completely obsessed. Now 45 is not old, I'm just saying. So that's the man who took her life. Let's get more into this story. It says that the court records filed in Palm Beach County show that the victim of a homicide reported being stalked by the suspect days before her unaliving. His name was Little Mac Williams, 45 years old. He was arrested July 12th, not too long ago, following a domestic violence disturbance that left her unalive and another man injured. She was identified as Shantae Butts. She's the mother of four again, and she actually again contacted law enforcement, and they came to the scene, okay, where he was harassing her and all these things were happening. They told her there's nothing they could do about it because it's a public area. So she didn't go home because she was fearing for her life, and she thought that he would be waiting for her at her home. So on the next day, July 5th, okay, she received several Blink doorbell camera notifications that he was at her front door messing with her camera. So later that day, she went to her home to grab something, and then she went back to work. When she came back a short time later, she observed him running after her, yelling, cursing, all these obscenities towards her. She told law enforcement that she was scared he was going to try to take her life. So she ran to her vehicle, to the passenger side door, jumped in, locked all the doors, the windows, and she said that he was banging on the window. She jumped in the driver's seat and reversed the vehicle when he stood in front of her car, and then she sped off, almost hitting him. She drove to her job and called 911, and the police officers issued a warrant to arrest him, and he was charged with aggravated stalking. A few days later, July 11th, just 6 days after this incident, she was found gunned down and he was arrested. According to the probable cause statement, her children were home when this happened. Her son was the one to call 911. So this woman did what she was supposed to do, and yet the system still failed her. I mean, we've heard many stories of women getting restraining orders and the men still show up at their job, at their home. They're determined to end these women's lives. They don't care about any of that. And you can do everything right and it's still not enough. I don't want any woman who feels endangered when you see these type of stories to think, oh, well, I can't go to the police. Still go to the police. If your man is beating you, go to the hospital, have photos. You want to make sure that it's a record on the man. So if they do arrest the man, they can look back and they'll see, okay, he has a history. He has a history of putting hands. He has a history of stalking. He has a history of making threats, okay? Because in some cases, justice is served, but in this case, justice was not served. Now their children don't have their mother, and a lot of men are crazy. A lot of men can't move on. Some are just obsessed. They think they own you. They don't like rejection. They don't want to be out on the street. You might be going 50-50, maybe not. And they have this possessiveness, a number of them have, and they can't take the rejection, and they're not stable. So this man took her off the planet, was obsessed with her and stalking. She tried to move on. I'm not sure if the man that he gunned down in her house she was maybe dating him. So this is what happened, and I just wanted to share this story with you. I'm also sharing this story because it made me think of this film. I know a lot of you say I put you on to movies. This is Eye for an Eye. In this film, this woman's daughter was raped. The rapist, the cops knew he was doing it, but under the law, the way he operated, they couldn't arrest him. It was one cop who knew he was guilty, but they would never arrest him. So she took matters into her own hands. She provoked him. She got him riled up. He already was coming around her house anyway and doing all types of stuff. And he came in her house, and then she had her weapon and took him out, and she didn't go to jail because he was trespassing. Okay. And it makes me wonder, is this the future? Are women going to start doing this? It's extremely scary. It's extremely risky. When the law fails, do you think women are going to start provoking their stalkers, their abusers, men trying to grape them to come, okay, you're trying it, and set things up and trap them? He busts down the door. And when he busts down that door, you're waiting there with the weapon. You take him out, call the cops, and you can say that the man was trespassing. I'm just saying, is this a possibility, like this film, what's going to end up happening if the law continues to fail women? I also thought of that movie, Sleeping with the Enemy. I think someone brung this up just the other day. I love this movie so much. Basically, her husband was beating the crap out of her. She faked her passing. She moved to a whole nother state. He tracked her down, still was in the home. She called the police and said, I just took out an intruder. He was still alive. The police were on their way. She gunned him down, and she had a whole new identity, so he would be seen as an intruder in her home. So what do you think? I mean, do you think that this might be a possibility of what some women might start doing, provoking the stalker, the murker, the trying to beat you? Okay, have them bust down the door. You're coming to hurt me. You're coming to grape me. You're coming to take me off the planet. Okay, and when you come, I got it set up. And then they bust down the door, and then the women take them out. I mean, do you think this is something that might start happening? I'm just saying, I couldn't help but think of these movies when I'm seeing the law failing women a lot. This woman has lost her life, and she's a mother. Now the children don't have their mother, all over some nonsense because he simply could not move on. So I see these type of stories all the time. The femicide rates, again, continue to be off the chart. It's very disturbing. And look, a man could be the nicest man in the world and snap on you. Okay. Does he look crazy to me? Like I said, yes, but there are plenty of men who look sane who are also stalkers as well. And I mean, you tell a man you're leaving him or you dump him, your husband, your boyfriend, he could seem like a normal man, and next thing you know, he's choking you or something. So it's scary out here. It's definitely scary out here, but you still want to take the precautions. You still want to go to the police. And again, if you can have an escape plan to get away, they'll say, well, what about a woman needs a man? She needs a provider, a protector. That's true too. That's true too. But look what happened. She had that man in the house. Maybe she was dating and he gunned him. They didn't know. And he gunned the man down too. And men, some women don't have a man. So you will probably see an increase of women getting their license to carry, women carrying mace, and trying to be as careful as we can, because we know we're not stronger physically than men. But protect yourselves, ladies, if you can, and get armed if you have to, and protect yourself with self-defense. Okay, so I'm sorry this happened to her, but I just wish that it would stop the femicide. Maybe it will stop one day, but I don't know. I don't know if that'll be in my lifetime or not, with what I'm seeing constantly. Or maybe the laws will change and get stricter and better. We shall see. So that is it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please be careful. Okay, and I will talk to you again soon. Please hit all notifications if you decide to subscribe so you know when I'm live and when I'm uploading. You all take care. Bye, everybody.